But first, the hot topic of the hour. The Trump administration is opening a new channel in its immigration crackdown as ICE agents descend on Minneapolis to root out illegal Somali immigrants. The operation targeting as many as 500 Somalis in the city there illegally. Here's the president yesterday.
Waltz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. And what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable. And a lot of it starts with the governor.
He's talking about fraud there regarding COVID payments, but the immigration sweep is also extending to New Orleans as DHS announced an Operation Catahoula Crunch. Watch.
We're going to New Orleans pretty soon. Over there, the governor called me. He'd like to have us go there. Governor Landry, great guy, great governor. He's asked for help in New Orleans, and we're going to go there.
Mehek, protests have already broken out in Louisiana over this. Your reaction? You think this is going to spread even further?
I do, Maria, and I think the first thing we have to be honest about is why Democrats are embracing chaos, because their newest political currency is chaos. That's what drives fundraising. That's what drives activism. That's what drives their base, because they keep that grievance machine running and suddenly they think they're winning. So what we're going to see across the country as President Trump comes in to these sanctuary cities that allowed for the breakdown and collapse of American culture and our rule of law, our protests. And where we have to be very careful is to start not only the federal government, but state governments to start pushing and saying, where else do we have fraud, waste, and abuse? You talked about Minneapolis. That's the #1 epicenter for the Somalian community. #2 is Ohio. And I can tell you through many sources, we have to look at Medicaid fraud there. There are so many individuals that have come to this country rampant with fraud. And guess who broke this first? It was Elon Musk. So it should be no surprise if federal government's supposed to be so tight in terms of laws and regulations, and he was able to uncover fraud, waste, and abuse, fraudulent IDs, and so much more, then guess what? States are next, and we should all in state government be demanding that of our legislators.
I mean, it's incredible to me the impact that the wide open border has had. Joe Biden's wide open border.
Exactly. Here we have a situation where illegal immigrants are engaging in illegal activity, and that's making matters worse for Americans. And you talk about the education system. Right now, public education standards have been declining, achievements been declining, and believe me, it does not help having people or young kids in these classes who cannot speak English. It only makes matters worse for Native Americans that are trying to learn how to read and write. This is just an absolutely messy situation. I can't see where any sane voter would look approvingly upon what the Democrats seem to condone.
Well, I mean, part of the issue is that there's only a limited amount of resources, right? And now Illinois is extending financial aid to undocumented students beginning January 1st. Under a new law signed by Governor J.B. Pritzker, illegal students in the country illegally will be eligible for state and local financial aid. Illinois State Senator Selena Villanueva says this: if you live in Illinois and you're pursuing higher education, you should have access to the same opportunities as your peers. This bill is about making sure no student is left behind because of where they were born. John, it's not about where you were born. It's about, did you come to this country illegally? Get online and do it legally the way so many other people are doing it. There's estimated 500,000 illegals right now living in Illinois.
Yeah, it's quite a burden for the Illinois taxpayers. They have to go in and take care of this. And as I just said previously, this deteriorates the quality of public education in Illinois. And believe me, in parts of Chicago, they really need some vast improvements if we're ever going to have the type of workforce we need for the 21st century, even if it is trade schools.
Well, you know who they're really putting at a disadvantage is those people who are doing it legally. I mean, we give out, 1 million visas every year, 1 million plus. People wait online and they go through the standards and the structure that we have, the infrastructure that we have in place to come to this country legally and get a green card. They're jumping the line.
They are. And look, Maria, I was born in India. I always say made in America, right here from Columbus, Ohio. And when I think about what's happening today in our country, we have to ask why. It's because illegals are the new voting base. They don't require proof of citizenship. citizenship in 49 states. All you have to
That's
do to register
outrageous.
to vote is your Social Security, the last 4 digits. So why are we allowing this? It's because Democrats found a loophole, and it's our doing.
Yeah.
The fact that Republicans are in control and we haven't passed a citizenship requirement to register to vote. Every single time you go to vote, you should be showing your ID.
You say 49 states?
49
It's
states
unbelievable.
are saying all you need registration is your last 4 digits of your social ID. We've created this mess. We need to fix it.
Yeah, and if you go ahead and allow people to break the law regarding immigration, they will feel free to break laws
Correct.
in other ways.
Of course. That's absolutely right, because there's no accountability. By the way, we're still waiting for accountability on so much of all of this. We're just getting started this hour. We've got a lot coming up.